Mm. Yo. Yo. Yeah. So just felt I had to go live to express the feelings that I've got right now. In regards to losing yet another warrior in this revolution, this battle. When are we going to start to see these signs and understand what it is? It's not coincidence. There's no coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences. First of all, I want to say condolences to his son. And partner, wife, who have to deal with this untimely death. Condolences to the whole of his family and close friends, and the millions of fans who will be hurting right now. It's still processing, to be honest, because I've only just sort of gotten the news and looked at my mobile and seen the timeline just flooded with messages, tributes, footage from the actual aftermath, because there don't seem to be any footage of the actual incident itself. The story is they claim it's a gang-related shooting, gang-related murder, and our brother Nipsey Hussle was gunned down due to his links with the Crips, something like that. Basically, they're trying to say it's another black-on-black crime incident. But this one has got so many holes in it that we've got to start realizing the regime in which we live. So condolences out to the family. And more power to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power, my G. You say their name, you keep them alive. So rest in power, Nipsey Hussle. Yo, big up Mr. Rax. Respect for joining me, man. I just had to go live still, just thinking about this assassination that's been done on our brother Nipsey Hussle, who's doing great things for the community now. They're trying to say that man was it was a gang-related murder, but we know there's a lot more to it than that. We know that from an early age, this guy, he's been on the scene for a minute now, clear decade, was pushing real positivity, real drive in the young black men, real nation building ideas. He was one of the first rappers I ever heard or mentioned talking about not buying things that will depreciate, cars and the jewelry, and flashing it around, because that doesn't do any good. What does do good is buying assets, things that will help you to become greater, help you to grow. He was on that from a very early age. Yeah. You know, he was on it from a very early age. And it's not a secret about his relationship with the late, great Dr. Sebi. Yeah, Dr. Sebi was an incredible man who learned how to use the herbs and plants that God put in the ground for us all to use. Yeah. He had learned the ways through meeting with elders. I remember he said he traveled to Africa, traveled to Mexico, he traveled to so many places in the world where he gained knowledge on the herbs and the properties and what they can do. And you can imagine that the pharmaceutical companies don't like that. You can imagine how much of a threat it is to them having someone teach masses of people that what you grow out the ground is your medicine. God put it there to fight any disease. Any disease. He stated that all diseases are merely mucus collecting in the blood cells, right in the depth of the body. Because we put so much rubbish and trash in the places, into our body, and our body can't get rid of it. Yeah, big up Mr. X. You can turn a liability into an asset. Still, like, buy a house and rent it out, or buy a classic car to park up and appreciate. Definitely, definitely. But it's your mindset, isn't it? It's the mindset. Because most people that buy these things are gonna go out and buy the flash fancy one because they know it makes them look a certain way or perceived a certain way by other people. The house, definitely, you get a property, you can rent it out, make money. And that's what it is, empowering yourself to empower others. And you can't empower others until you empower yourself. So Dr. Sebi had learned the ways of the ancients and how to use what God had given. He'd given us every single thing we need on this planet to survive. And yet these people, they, as I address them, can't let this be common knowledge because it interferes with their gathering of their wealth and controlling it. Dr. Sebi discovered that it was merely mucus collected in the blood cells, in the mitochondria, I believe, of the blood cell, of the of the cells of the body, not the blood cells, in the cells of the body. Because a lot of the things we're eating have been chemically made. They're not natural substances, so the body cannot dispose of them. He learnt how drinking alkaline water, eating electric food, meditating, and above all, I think the first thing that he would teach is fasting. So like in the Bible story, when your Savior Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. I know this is part of Dr. Sebi's treatment when you go to see him, if you ever get a chance to go to Honduras, to the island where he treats people. Yeah, Honduras, there's a village there where you can go there, you fast for 40 days, 40 nights, you bathe and relax in water that's come out of a volcano, alkaline water. You cleanse yourself completely, you rid your body of all the toxins that are put in. You rid your body of all the toxins that have gone in over years. You can still reverse it. These are where people get their cancers from. You have you believe that cancer is just an unlucky thing that happens. No, you do it to yourself. We do it to ourselves. All the McDonald's, all those burgers, all that processed meat being one of the biggest ones that just doesn't get rid of in your body. Your body cannot dispose of it. Yeah. Your body cannot dispose of it. It's a mad thing, man, that our people are dying like this. The people who are fighting for our freedom, our liberation, for us to have our own nation and be governed by ourselves. We were governed by ourselves for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, before there's even a trace of these so-called people who are the elites on the planet. We have governed ourselves for hundreds of thousands of years. And people that are fighting for that freedom, that liberation of us being able to look after ourselves are being picked off one by one. And because in the past, the powers that be have had full control of all media, all propaganda, it's easy for them to cover up their stories, to tell you the version of the story they want the masses to believe, to give you the version of what happened and make you believe it was your version. They can't do that with this no more. They can't be doing these anymore. We have to stand up, people. So like with Dr. Sebi, going back to Dr. Sebi, as I say, he discovered how to use the herbs that God gave us, how to eat correctly, what foods to eat, because he discovered that we are electric beings. So you need to feed that. You need to be in the sun. Our melanin reacts to the sun and gives us some nutrients that we need just through sunlight. We ingest sunlight. Black people, you are sunlight beings. As soon as that sun's out, every day, you must let that sun touch your skin for at least a minimum of 15 minutes. Doesn't matter how cold it is. Let your arm be exposed to the sun. And you'll see, the more you do it, the actual physically better you feel. Dr. Sebi knew all this and was teaching many influential celebrities and stars, because that's who we emulate, that's who we hold up in high. We don't talk about our big businessmen or financial guys who are doing wonderful, or IT people doing wonderful in those industries, you know, earning just as much money these or more money than these artists. But because so many of us are influenced and follow these artists, that's the people we need to be getting through to make a difference. Big up Big Avelli, big up my G. Just had to go on live just to give you a catch up for the people who might be just jumping on this. That man had to talk about this Nipsey Hussle thing, man. It's kind of bun, man, because I realised that the same things keep getting played out and played out again, and we seem to all jump on the bandwagon and be angry for a hot minute, but it goes away. You know, look. It's taken me back to speaking about Dr. Sebi, someone who I discovered not that long ago, maybe a year ago or so, and I was very much feeling the vibe of what he spoke about. Watch all his videos, got all the recipes downloaded, all the ingredients that he said to use downloaded, with the intent of going purely that way, because he's done the research. We don't need this. What people don't understand. When we say do your due diligence, you can go to find the people who have done that and see what they say, see what others have said, then go and check the resources they used. We don't need to start from the beginning. And this is why we have to be attentive to what's happening in the world, because you need your children learning all this for the first time. You don't need them having to start from the bottom. That's why our counterparts, not even our counterparts, the op, their children start off with easier lives because their parents have put them in the deposit for their house, because they've helped them get the experience to a certain role that they used to do. When does that happen in our black community? It does happen, but hardly ever, not en masse, not with the numbers that we are. It should be happening much more. So we know that Dr. Sebi, through his knowledge of herbs, plants, and the earth, the plant domain, which is knowledge from our ancestors, we knew this. This has been cut off. Yeah? We got to start realizing these are the facts. Stop listening to people who talk a whole heap of shit. You got to realize that there's a load of people out there look like just you and me who are now batting for the other side. In fact, I'll give you some real figures. In the States, they have already groomed possibly millions, about 10 million black people who work for the opposition. This is not a hidden fact. That would mean in the States, possibly 1 in 3 people who claim to be aware, who claim to be helping their people, who claim to be for their people, 1 in 3 is an agent. 1 in 3 is an op. Let me make it even more clearer and make it sound a little bit more shocking. It means clearly that when you're at a gathering that is so-called being held for the upliftment of your people, everybody's there on the same accord, wanting to move forward, wanting to build a better life for our children so they don't have to suffer the way we've suffered. You can go to a gathering, there can be hundreds of people there. You can have a meeting where people are having meetings on action to take, how we can implement things to move forward, how we can create processes that will help us and help our children. If there's 3 of you standing there together or sitting at a table, 1 of those people is opposition. You hear me? 1 in 3 people. So that means when you're even going to those events, yeah, where people are meant to be there for the betterment of our nation. They are there for the Wazungu to help them keep us on our knees. Let that go into your mind. Yeah? So in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is you have to be an expert, a sleuth in judgment of character. You have to start learning who's for you, who's not for you. And when I say for you, I mean for us. For the betterment of our children. Our children are dying on the streets in the UK. Being stabbed in the back by each other over postcodes, over a post on social media, over someone stepping on their shoes in a rave. You can't see the problem, you're part of it. This is not just because black people are violent and evil and come from an undeveloped place and had to learn from white people. This is a lie. This is a big lie, family, and you need to know this. We've been on this planet for a very long time compared to anybody else. All these people came very recently. In fact, there is no evidence of any European person on this planet before 6,000 years. 6,000 years ago was the first signs we had of Europeans. Black people, African people, Nubian people, sun people, melanated people, whatever label you want to put it under, across the world have been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. Documented facts. We have been on this planet longer than Nizok could even imagine, which is why when they write history, their own story, it doesn't go back any further than the 6,000 years, because before that, everything was black people. Everything. We only talk about Kemet because that's the mouthpiece. That's the songbird. That's the swan song of our civilization. That's how we lived. These people wanted this, talk about Hotep this or king and queen this or Hotep niggas. You know, just an insult. We're not saying everyone's kings and queens and we lived in royalty and all this, but we're saying that our kingdoms, our families, mum and dad, king and queen with the children. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about how our societies were, how the nations were built, how everybody got a chance to build up their knowledge and learn and speak. Yeah. Just big up Respect. Big up my brother Respect in the chat. Big up the few of you that are in there. But man, I had to just unleash, man, because I'm just, this is when you start realizing that people are avoiding the facts. The fact is, Dr. Sebi had cured cancer, had cured AIDS. Yeah? He had cured it. They tried to make out like man was mad. He said, I can cure it. Let me start sending out this thing quickly. So I can get this thing sent out. Just bear me, family. I'm not good on these things there, you know. And I'm just learning as I'm going along. So like, what I'm trying to do now is I'm gonna see if I can grab this link still. If there's anyone out there who wants to come and jump in. I'm only in there for a few minutes because man's got a new job today. So I'm starting this new job and I've got to be there. I want to be there nice and early still. Working for the man, going back to the plantation, but you realise that money is what it takes to even fight this fight because we're living in a paradigm. But yeah, let me just find this team. To even fight this fight because we're living in a paradigm. Yeah. So, man, I was just finding the link. See if I can get anyone just to come and chat with man. Because yes, big up the man them in the chat. Big up all the people them coming in there. See the fire lines come and spam at the team. Big up Y&W. Big up New Larger Packet. Big up Mohammed Haroon. Big up yourselves, family. Yeah. As I say, you can see by the title what man's talking about. And yeah, it's just bunny, man, still to know these things are still happening and people are going on like but they don't know. Okay, bear with me a moment. I'm just gonna dash this thing in if man they want to join, man, come and join, man. Yeah, I've just only got to to speak about Dr. Sebi so far. There's the link, family. If anyone wants to just jump in quickly, it's up to you. Yeah, just chopping it up with this thing because it means something to me still. It means something to me. I was just chatting earlier with my brother, Dan Malone, a real G, a real North London Jenner. And like me, he's feeling it because he was a big fan of this guy. He's the biggest fan I know, man. I just realised he loved this guy proper with a passion and really loved the message that he was putting forward. You know, Dr. Sebi was a powerful man. He had a lot of knowledge. He was 80 odd years old. A man was still making children. Yeah. They lie to you. They give you the food that stunts everything and then tell you that, no, this is what happens scientifically. It's not the truth because he's a living legend. You watch Dr. Sebi, I think he does a video where he drops to his knees. Now, dropping to your knees is a real sign of how strong you are, how strong your bones are. There are people now who are already in their 30s, late 20s, that would not be able to do that, which is drop directly onto your kneecaps. It's very painful. Very hard to do if you're not built like that. You're not looking after yourself, looking after your body like that. Yeah. Dr. Sebi had made his connection with the creator and understood how this earth works. He understood Mother Nature. He used it for himself and then felt he had to just help others, to the point where he even knew how to reverse the effects of cancer and then deal with the cause of cancer. He also learned how to cure AIDS. They told you it was incurable. Yeah. He cured AIDS. Can you hear this, family? He had famous people go and visit him because of his extensive knowledge of herbs in the plant domain. Michael Jackson is one of his people. Yeah. Nipsey Hussle was one of those people. Yeah. Left Eye Lopez from TLC was one of these people. Now, what you'll find is, and this is the link now that I make with Dr. Sebi and Nipsey Hussle, is that this has already happened. And I don't want people to forget. I want people to make the link and go and check it out. And I'll tell you when it's already happened. Remember, we all remember the sudden death of Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She was part of the group TLC. They had that hit song with Scrubs that went into the charts, but they were known more for that in our community. That was the commercial team, which they didn't even make much money from. Yeah, the record labels took all the money from that. Can you imagine how massive that tune was and how many other counteractions and versions of that tune are out there? How rich you think they should be? They weren't rich. She barely had enough money to buy a house with the money that she got from it. But luckily, she had that mindset that she did put a roof over her head. Lisa Left Eye Lopez went to visit Dr. Sebi after her life was going a bit of turmoil. She was having relationship issues. She was having, I don't believe she was having drug issues, but I believe she was a heavy smoker, possibly a drinker. So much so that when her spirit got riled up, she would wild out and forget herself. In her own words, you could see the interviews for Lisa Left Eye Lopez on Insta. If I had someone else in the chat, I would probably go and look for that information for you. But right now, I'll leave that and let you do that yourself. Let you do your own due diligence. Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Dr. Sebi. Just type that in and see what it brings up. And see how she speaks. She went there. She did the fast, the 40-day fast. Didn't eat nothing. She found it very difficult. She said she found it really difficult. She drank the alkaline water. She ate the food and diet that he said. She followed all his instructions. And after a couple of months, she was so overjoyed, so elated, so happy that she obviously wanted to show other people. She took her family and friends to the island of Honduras to show them what has changed her, what has helped her. She was so happy with what he had done for her that she wanted to tell the world about Dr. Sebi. She wanted everybody to have a chance to experience what she has experienced. She wanted everybody to know that it wasn't the end here. You could still make something of yourself. You could still rise to the greatest version of yourself. Yeah? So she wanted to tell everybody. Then, very soon after, these conversations started happening. Our sister's dead. She's dead. They'll say what it is, something else, accidents, whatever. I think it was a car accident, supposedly. These people are sick. These people are sick. But understand this from someone that some people may call a black identity extremist. Some might call me a black supremacist. Some might call me a Kemet, a Hotep nigger. Yeah? I ain't preach no hate for no one. We don't have no actions of hate against anybody. We just love each other because everybody hates us so fucking much. Yeah? We love each other. I love my people more than I hate you. So don't flatter yourself. We are just fighting for ourselves. We are our only saviors. You have shown us that. Your sick minds do not change overnight. They don't change over a period of 50 years when you've been forcing into your people information for over 1,000 years. Being backed up with things created like religion. Don't leave none of them out. because they've all treated my people extremely badly. And people out there will say, I am the extremist. I am the one peddling hate. Forget all them people there. Forget them all there. Black people, African people, the diaspora across the world, show me any evidence of when you've seen us subject a people to the sort of brutality and violence African people have had to face around the world, documented on camera, on picture. Now with social media, we see it the very hour it's happening, sometimes live. Don't talk to me about black people being a supremacist. We ain't got no supremacist ideals that we force on anybody. But Africa's been taken away. Our landmass has been taken away. Our dignity, our history has been taken away. But there's still people like me out there fighting to reverse that and won't give up. There are people like Nipsey who fought to put his message across, not signed to no one, as much as people may believe. He wasn't signed to anybody. He was his own man, with his own, built up from the ground up. He was not signed. The only thing he signed, which was part of the game, was a distribution deal for his music to be pushed out, I think, with Atlantic Records. He didn't sign. So don't people, I've heard some talk of him being an agent and him dying at 33 and this, that. Look, stop falling for the Wazungu's tricks, man. They're playing you. This is real life. Don't get fooled up into this conspiracy theory, this and that. A lot of these things that they teach you out there are supposed to confuse you. They're supposed to make you think twisted. People think you talk about Freemasonry. Oh gosh, it's so evil. These people are Freemasons. Where do you think they got the concept from? Where do you think Freemasonry came from? As an African concept. That was to do with the buildings. That was to do with the group of people who came together, the professionals, and built the buildings, built the infrastructure, built the civilization, the physical buildings that you see. They took that. They took that and twisted it to their own version, their own secret society. When they have these ceremonies, when they come in and hold balls and cough. What sort of nonsense is that? That's European, that's what they do. Freemasonry is Africa's child. Don't get it twisted. Do your research. Left Eye Lopez was killed when she wanted to spread Dr. Sebi's message. It's already happened. But people, we forget. We forget. Then to top it off, Dr. Sebi dies in very mysterious circumstances. The excuse they use is that he had too much money on him going through an airport. Please. He was healthy. And they even use the excuse that he died of pneumonia because they know the images they can try and show and put out there of him probably when he was ill, people are going to buy it. He wasn't ill. They killed him. He could cure AIDS, cancer, herpes, sexual diseases with natural things growing in the ground. Can you imagine how much of a threat? How much of a threat this guy's to the big pharma? Ain't nothing for them to take him out. Ain't nothing for them to take him out at all. They're murdering people like nothing. They're murdering people like nothing. Yes, big up Mohammed Maharoon. You're damn right. All you have to do is be black and have knowledge. Why do you think they stopped so-called slaves from reading any other book except for that one religious text that they had made up to run their world that they had planned? Why do you think They didn't allow so-called slaves taken from Africa to write. Why do you think that they took the names off the Africans, their original names? Because speaking those names is power. Why do you think they took it away? It's not rocket science, but people want to decide to convince themselves of the comfortable lie. Oh, it was just then, it was just those people. Nah, that's what's built into now. That's what's built into now. That's what's built into now. The prison population is more than slaves of how many 100 years ago. And they say in America, in their constitution, that if you're in prison, you are literally a slave. You're in servitude. People don't understand we are still living in the same times, but they've made you believe that you're not. The Matrix wasn't a film. That was a documentary. But you got to see through the special effects and put it into real time, real life, right now. Dr. Sebi was a real man who had real knowledge and tried to share that knowledge. And because of his knowledge, they killed off Left Eye Lopez. Now, with my brother, Nipsey Hussle, I'll keep saying his name, Nipsey Hussle. You say their name, they stay alive, they stay in power. Yeah? Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power, my brother. Rest in power. Big up NOE King. Big up Morton Hire in the house. Red IMC, Mohammed Haroon. Big you all up for coming in and coming and check me. I ain't put no ad out on that and like that. So big up the fire line. I probably sent some of you man over. So respect to my little bro, Fire Bingy. But we had a great time on Saturday with. Great time on Saturday with. I met Mummy Raspek. And we had a wonderful time at the Black Business Awards. Catch up on the Insta. Yeah, catch up on the Insta. Rest in power, Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, catch up on the Insta. Because that's what we should be supporting. We should pushing these things, pushing these narratives. If you're about it, it's time now to start stepping from behind the keyboards, people. It's time now to get boots on the ground. Yeah? We can't be forgetting these things that happened so recently. Lisa Left Eye Lopez dead. Now, we find out that our brother, Nipsey Hussle, has already been in this game for a long time, spitting real conscious knowledge on his tracks and the sort of thing that is real and tangible for people to employ when he's talking about having assets as opposed to liabilities. These are the sort of words we should keep repeating to our youth so they know the deal. They're starting from the beginning. Yo, family, big up the people in the house right now. Love to all of you. Big up the Black Spice. Love my sis. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. Hit the like button, yeah. Hit the like button. Man's gonna start doing these things a bit more often still. Gonna try and do these when the man's even on the move. Yeah, I want you all to jump in, get involved. Gonna have a little panel thing starting soon, which is gonna be an all-lady panel. Yeah, that's what man's looking to do. Start to swing it for the females, for the ladies, our mothers of our nation. Yeah, I want to hear their views and words on things and what advice they've got for the younger youths out there. Yeah, so man's looking to start up this live thing, and today I just seen being the first of whatever month and just like the sun out and hearing this news, waking up to this news is maybe just saying, you know what? It's not about building my platform. It's about just doing the works. Yeah. But doing the works is part of that is building the platform. You get me? Getting that message out. You know, I heard something earlier from, I think it was Riz Alarm. I see a post where he's saying, don't use this as a time to build your platform. it's a time for more. But nah, man, that's one thing. I agree with my brother in many things that he says. I wonder about these people, and they're all see a bit suspect and that. But I realized that the message is more powerful. You get me? I'm not one of them guys that can take a message and not have to look at the messenger. Yeah, there's plenty of people out there who just they got to bun out the messenger, bun out everything because they stand. Nah. You can learn from anywhere. You can learn from your enemies, fam. Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep pushing this thing, and man was saying not to use it to build platform or whatever. Nah, that's exactly what I do with this. I'm gonna use it to do the works that he's doing, to get the word out. And right now we got one of the biggest tools right now, which is this internet and social media. Push out your narrative, people will come and they'll listen if they want to listen. Yeah. Don't have to ask someone to come. Just chat. Just chat your truth. Chat how you feel. People resonate you or they won't resonate with you. Work with the ones who do resonate you, leave the ones to the side. The ones that you still feel they've got that heart, that spirit, that still got something, then you may put certain differences aside, innit? Just put them to the side for now, because we're doing the works, innit? Yeah, we're doing the works, innit? So, boy, I don't agree with that or what you've done there, whatever, but I can see man's on it. He's on it for our youth to try and raise them up. So work together. That's what man's on. Silly dibby arguments, leave me out. Leave me out. I ain't in it. I ain't in it. Do what you're doing. I don't give a flying fuck. Excuse my language. I don't want to be using no certain language. Yeah. So BooGz is going to try and bust a drive time show in the mornings. Going to try and bust a little afternoon show. Yeah. And maybe a little evening one. Got a lot of people lined up for the people then. A lot of people lined up. A lot of successful black men who are prepared to speak about how they navigated the system that we live in, the one that's so set up against us, how they navigated it and got to the position that they're in, and let them drop some nuggets for some of the youths or some of the people that want to hear. Yeah. Got some mothers, going to have them on here speaking. And then that's going to move into other things where we get successful women as well, successful couples. It's going to be the lot, but it's going to be about us. Yeah. It's about us for our people to try and raise them up, to make them understand that you're being sold a lie. You are much more than what they tell you, and much more than this physical body. You are a spirit having a human experience. Yeah? You're a spirit having a human experience. Yeah? This is for us, for our people, and our people alone. Yeah? Anyone else can come in, listen. Yeah? You can even come in and drop 2 comments if you want, because it's a teaching thing as well. You can learn from those sort of conversations. But please don't get offended if I'm telling you it's from me and my people. Yeah. When Chinese do it and come together, no one's got no problem with that. When the Pakistanis in my area and Indians in my area come together and set up business and all working out of one corner shop, and they open a few more and they're all living out of one yard, no one cares about that. Yeah. But when black people start to come together, start to talk, plan, start to make movements, start to look out for each other, start to support each other. Some reason the world has a problem with it. And if that doesn't tell you people anything, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. They're always there peeking around the corner to come and see what I want. What are you not doing over there? Nah, we do our own thing. We do our own thing. And we start pushing forward the best way. We've got people who are looking out for us. We've got people who will not be sold out. But there are people who will be. And you just have to judge for yourself. I've been caught out a few times. People say they're down. They say make all the right noises. But they ain't down. They ain't for the betterment. They're looking for themselves and themselves alone. All you're going to get on BooGz Tell Truth Vision is the truth being told. If you don't like it and you suffer from cognitive dissonance and your body doesn't allow, your mind is saying, no, that's not true. That's not what I was brought up to believe. Then sit quietly and listen and see if you can pick up anything. Anything you hear, just jot it down. Open the next window. Go into the Google bar. Type it in. See what comes up. And don't just read the first line. Don't just read the second one. Read the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Then have a conversation with someone who might know about it. This is what it's about. Don't let people start telling you everything's fake news and all this. Start learning for yourself what resonates with you. So that's this platform anyway. So anyway, forget that plug still. We'll hear more about that. I'll do some posts and stuff. But yeah, we know that Dr. Sebi had already proved that he had cured AIDS. Dr. Sebi had cured AIDS. They tried to lock him up. He had to go court. And in this courtroom, what they said to him was, you have to go away and come back with one person that you've cured of AIDS. One person, they said. They said, you have to go away and prove to us you can cure AIDS, otherwise we're going to put you in jail because you're lying and you're not helping us. Well, not helping, obviously, the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah? He said, go and get one person that you've cured of AIDS. If you've cured AIDS, you prove it to us and bring one person in here. Do you want to know what Dr. Sebi did? Do you want to know what Dr. Sebi did? Hello? Oh. Spice, what are you saying, sis?
Big up, bro. Big up.
Good, good, good. Yeah. I just want to tell the family them I'm just feeling a bit of a way about this Dr. Sebi thing, man, and it's banning me still. I mean, Dr. Sebi, Nipsey Hussle, because I can see the links happening. I can see that.
Yeah, and it's scary because it's like we knew it was coming, but it's actually scary.
Yeah.
And he even said it on a radio. He said, if they kill me, make sure you ride for me.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? And now look, out of nowhere. And it's just yesterday I was watching him an interview with his partner. They were doing like a questionnaire, and then 2 days I wake up, he's dead. Like, it's crazy, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
It's
mad. It's mad. In fact, I've got to try and even pull up them posts still. Because you're here. But you know, I'm just like at a time where I realize that if you're not really for the cause, you can't just be stagnant. You're against the cause.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're not really for it, if you're not really about it, if you're thinking about other things that are taking over your mind rather than your children having a better life, and us trying to get out of this position we find ourselves in all over the world, which is on our knees, yeah, bending over, yeah. If you don't realize that and realize you have to do something to counteract it, then you're with them. And Nipsey Hussle was one of them people that realized that he has to do something, and he was doing it within his power. He wasn't signed. A lot of people say he was signed. He weren't signed. And let's go back to Dr. Sebi. Let me finish with Dr. Sebi. Yeah. So Dr. Sebi, yeah. I don't know how much you know about him, Spice, but Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, I do know a lot.
Dr. Sebi said he could cure AIDS. So he went to court and they made him go to court, and they said you have to bring one person you have to bring back to say that you have cured them of AIDS. Otherwise you're going to jail. Yeah? Big Pharma must have bare lawyers against him and blah, blah, blah. You know what my man did? He went away and came back with 13 people. He didn't come back with just one he called of AIDS. He came back with 13 people. 13 people who know that they had AIDS and they were cured of it. Yeah? I'm sure that shut the court up because he won the case. Yeah? So imagine, a man has been to court. They told him to produce one person to say he had cured of AIDS, but he brought back 13, proving that he'd done it, showing their papers that they had AIDS before, and then showing them afterwards that they don't have it now. They're not HIV positive. Then wins the case on the basis of that. But I'm going to ask you, Black Spice, be honest. Did you know that he had done that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, good. the masses. Many people don't know that.
Many people don't know that he was.
Many people don't know it.
People that didn't know he was charged. He was taken to court. Everything in his old age. Yeah, you understand? Because it started with his link to when Lisa Left Eye Lopez went to visit him. You understand? He's the one that even made us aware that cancer is a man-made disease, right, which a lot of people are not aware of. So yeah, they had locked him up, and he went court and he won the case. You understand?
Yeah.
And then he continued to treat people, and he had a lot of people visiting him in Honduras. A lot of people, once he died, spoke up and said that how they had seen him personally. He spent time with him. You understand? And he taught them about the different type of herbs and fruits and what's good for you and what's not good for you. A lot of people came forward.
Yeah. Bareface, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm talking about. Is like, you know, we are sick people, man, physically and mentally. And people just accept
emotionally, but even more mentally, and that's our problem.
Yeah. So yeah, big up Zico's Red Phoenix, big up, brother. So he went there, won the case, saying that he can cure AIDS. Why is this not made knowledge? Why do people still think you die from HIV? Once you got HIV, it's a death sentence.
Yeah,
that should tell people something. I'm telling you now, anyone out there listening who watching this on a playback, there's a man out there who can cure AIDS. There's a man out there who can cure cancer. Yeah?
That's it, cancer. Yeah.
So you people thinking that when you go to doctor and they tell you, oh, sorry, you've got cancer, I'm so sad. Oh, you got to have this chemotherapy. Chemotherapy
is death. Taught you that chemo is death. Chemo is death.
It speeds up the death. You are putting radioactive waves through your body. It speeds up the death. Yeah? But I have you believe it's helping you. Now, I've got I'm going to share my screen still, because I've got this little thing that I posted earlier on Insta. And this is where you realize how sick we are. There's a brother who is clout chasing, for another way of saying it. He claims that he's the one who shot. Can you see that on my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. He claims that he did the shooting, which is just straight nonsense. And this is why you know that they're setting up with many of us, man, because we are ready for this sort of we're ready to go through this nonsense just to be recognized or seen or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, which is screen? I got the wrong screen now. There's this one. Yeah. So anyway, let me just quickly.
Nigga, that ain't nothing to play about. Nigga, I'm not playing about none of that shit. Nigga, I seen him in front of Almighty Inn's store. Nigga, seen him with his daughter. Nigga, I shot him. Nigga, I was like, hey, where you from? He was like, I'm from 60. I said, all right, nigga, GBO, shot him. Nigga, got loose. Nigga, I'm on the E-way right now doing the dash. Nigga, I gotta wait for the crime scene. Nigga. Bro, so you telling me and everybody else from this motherfucking ride that you shot Nipsey Hussle? I shot Nipsey Hussle. Guys to make money. I shot Nipsey Hussle. Come get me, nigga. I shot him. Oh, you did not shoot Nipsey, fool. I did. Any nigga that shot somebody, bro, they not gonna be, nigga, they not gonna get on Instagram and tell us that they shot him. Like, I don't care, fool. It's too many witnesses. Everybody already know I shot him, fool. The police can already come to get me, fool. Yeah, nigga. I seen him.
Yeah, so you see that? These are the type of sick people we've got within our community. Yeah. Who's gonna phone up and say, yeah, I did it. Look, I'm running away. People saw me, so I'm just gonna G myself up anyway and just make sure that I easily get caught. Yeah. Holy for foolishness.
Yes.
Holy for foolishness. Yeah. And there's enough of us out there who condone this sort of crap, or so dumb, or so silly, so uninvestigative that see this sort of stuff and believe it straight away.
Just entertain this foolery.
Yeah.
Like, this is all day, every day on social media. People doing all type of stuff. People chastising their children on live. You understand all this foolish behavior things? People fighting on live. People have an argument exposing each other, like all this type of foolishness.
But
It's
this
a
is what I'm
disease.
saying. We got to keep some of this stuff in house because, you know, sometimes, yes, people sometimes need to be exposed. Yeah, sometimes they need to be seen and that. But how you do it, how you handle it is
Yes,
also
how you
part
go
of it.
about it is
Yeah,
is
how you handle that is also part of it. You have to realize that.
How you deal with it is the biggest
Yeah.
part. Everything that you do is how you deal with it. It's not what happened.
Yeah, so you have to understand that many people are sick at it because they get some sort of enjoyment out of this, and that's how that's how we are, and that's again has been put into us because it's not something that has been in our ancient history. It's not been part of it. It's not part of our makeup. So you know what I mean. Let me just quickly play this next one as well. Still, let's see what I've got on there. Oh no, sorry, on the wrong page. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go soon. I was meant to even stop this at 9:30, but I just got run away with myself a little bit. Can you see the screen still? So this is a picture of him, the first rapper to get a chain with Malcolm X instead of Jesus. He was for his people from day one.
Yeah.
In time, you could see it there. Yeah, not the Jesus head, the white Jesus that they made up, and you got black rappers wearing a blonde-haired, blue-eyed gold thing around their neck. Get out of here, man. What's up with you? Yeah, and these people, I think these people have got sense. Nah, man.
And then they idolize them.
Yeah, and this one here says
celebrities, bruv. Just celebrating them for no reason. The nonsense, and half of them don't even know them, so they don't know where they come from. They don't know. You understand? Like you said, they got a Jesus piece on there. They don't even know what it represents. You understand? They don't even know that was sold to them. They don't know nothing. It's crazy.
When they're wearing soul shots, says BooGz around their neck. So here it says here, Nipsey Hussle said, "If they kill me for this documentary, you'll better ride." So this is the part I was getting up to. The reason why I spoke about Lisa Left Eye Lopez is the reason why I spoke about Dr. Sebi. It was because of this link now, and this is it here, where he was making a documentary about Dr. Sebi, yeah, which is going to go out to the mat. Remember, this guy's just got 3.5 million followers on Instagram alone. Yeah, 3.5 on Insta alone. Let alone his people who follow his music and probably don't follow on there, whatever, or people that he reaches on YouTube with his videos and all the views. Do you understand that this documentary would have had an impact? It could have started. That's the thing they're scared of. When these people are self-made and they're for their people, because he is self-made from the ground up. Yeah, he's got no obligation to no Jewish record label, whatever have you. He's got none of them. So when you are self-made like and you can do what you want, is what Cosby even tried to do, and they killed his son the first time. They showed him. And the second time, they put him in jail for these nonsense lies about freaking drugging and raping women, which obviously he must have had. There's no smoke without fire, but you can see what's happening there. There's people who have done much worse, who've got a paler shade of skin, and there's like happening to them. So it's what they do. They're showing their power, yeah? And he making this documentary, Nipsey Hussle making this documentary, it's going to be massive, because you know what I'm saying that? Because it's still going to happen. People are still going to do this thing. I know there's a lot of people already that I've seen the red pill states, red pill and blue pill are definitely looking to take up the reins and let it carry on and get this documentary out. So it's a mad thing, because what they don't realize they're doing, they're starting to rally us together. They're forcing us, like when Trump came into power in America, and the biggest free world leader. People started realizing, boy, no one loves us. These aren't going to give a damn about us.
We need to come together.
We need to come together, and this is what is happening. So where he's making this documentary, this is what I believe he's been murdered for. Big Pharma have taken him out. Yeah, they used one of our own to do it, but that dude got paid. Some of us are so poor and relate our self-esteem to how much money we've got because of years of not being able to have anything, because of years of being can't even look up in the eyes of a white person, because you weren't even able to buy stuff. Now you get a little bit of money, you want to buy everything, you make yourself feel like you're wonderful. This is part of the reason. So hear what he says here, which is so imperative to the conversation.
Proving that you cure AIDS.
Absolutely.
Come on, why we don't know about that?
Absolutely.
And you know,
and then he just died mysteriously down there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you know how they play.
Oh yeah.
You know, niggas just tweet me, Hussle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I say, you better ride for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't pray, ride.
Proven that he cure AIDS.
Absolutely.
Come on, why we don't know about that?
Absolutely.
And you know,
and he just died mysteriously down there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you know how they play.
Oh yeah.
You know, niggas just tweet me, Hussle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I say, you better ride for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't pray, ride.
Yeah. So you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying with these. Nah, you get me. So he's spoken about no one knowing that he cured AIDS, and then even joked about people saying, "Be careful, watch out." Yeah, and if he's saying to people, he said it there. He said it there. This is what I want people to hear and understand from his own mouth.
Oh, he said, if they kill me,
if they get me, do not drop on your knees and start praying. Ride, man.
Ride out.
Yeah? Everybody hear that. If I get taken out by the man, yeah, don't fall on your knees and pray for me. Ride. Yeah, that's what this is right now. This is what I'm doing right now, is getting onto the line here to ride. I go out and do the real thing, but this is to back up that real thing. Getting out there, doing the things. Check my page and you'll see. Yeah? This is real life. And people are accepting the nonsense that's being peddled to them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be frightened. Don't be frightened. You get me? Let me get this page back, man. I don't know. I'm flicking all through the thing. I don't know what I've done. But I want to get people to come off from Insta still. So I might just do a quick live on there. Yeah. So let me get my page back. Mad thing, man. I'm telling you, I'm feeling this one still. But that's what I'm saying. It's making man just feel he has to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how we all should be.
And what people need to realize, this is all done now in plain sight. You understand? They're not even hiding it no more. You understand? They're just riding on the fact that we're low vibrational and people can't connect the dots. And you just need to sit down and connect the dots.
Yeah.
Because someone will say, "Oh, this is just a conspiracy." Ain't no conspiracy, darling. Everybody that spoke up against pharmaceuticals, government, in any shape or form, have been killed off. Whether it's been publicized or not. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, sir. I can hear you still. I just
So you need to connect the dots. It was mad. I woke up in the middle like that. Yo, this is for real. Well, I know it's for real, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's proper things, and it's to the point where you realise that is my page still showing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to the next. That one, so we saw that one. You see this one. So look here, as you can see here, the post I put up because I see this where it says "We know." There's a link. Yeah, he's gonna do a documentary. He's passed away. This guy was proving that he could cure AIDS. He's gone. Yeah, they're taking out the ones that really matter to us. Can you not see it? And they'll tell you that it's something else, and people will buy it. Yeah, watch this.
Tonight we have some sad breaking news from the music world. Rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed this evening in South Los Angeles outside of his own clothing store. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Authorities say 2 other people were injured in the attack and they are in serious condition. The investigation's ongoing and the suspect or suspects remain at large. He and the actor Lauren London are the parents of a 2.5-year-old child. Luminaries of sports and music are remembering him tonight, from 50 Cent to LeBron James. His debut album was Grammy nominated. Nipsey Hussle is just 33 years old.
Shine on these broads, stay on my job, grind with my squad, 100 racks on my car, no license at all.
Deep. Deep, deep, deep. This post here says, reminder, Nipsey Hussle is working on a documentary that will narrate Dr. Sebi's trial in 1985. Can you hear that? So he was going to tell the world about Dr. Sebi. He was going to do a real life version, reenactment of the trial, as close to truth as possible. They can't have that, fam. That's why they lick man down. It's nothing else. The man said he could cure AIDS. Yeah. And they tried to make out like he was some crazy old senile man. In that same trial in 1985, they told me he has to bring one person that he had cured of AIDS. He didn't come back with one person. He came back with 13. Yeah? Or 12 plus the one who came, whatever. And they all testified saying, I had HIV and I now don't have it since I met this man and I went on his course. Yeah? That's why man has to get taken down. Sebi claimed in a New York newspaper ad that he could cure AIDS and was allegedly executed by way of US medical corporations. This is a fact. We know this. So because he put an ad in the paper, that was them trying to take him down. He proved them wrong, got that done. So that means that ad had to stay up. Yeah. They're probably to apologize. He was taken out because now he could freely go out. He could even use the fact that he was in this court against them. He could use it. They know this. It's deep. It's deep. Goes deeper still. We're today was at the scene.
Nipsey was shot and killed. They're trying to pass it off as like a gang-related shooting. Said there was a gang member who did the shooting, but we're thinking, and a lot of other people in the community are thinking, that this was deeper than that. There might have been some outside involvement with that, with just the precision and the way I thought it was killed. So a lot of people are just not buying it was just a gang-related shooting. But again, we're out here at the Marathon store, and there has been other retaliatory drive-by shootings today, about 3 or 4 other shootings after the one earlier with our brother Nipsey. So the story is still developing. We'll keep you guys posted. All right, so we're still out here, and South Carolina, we'll be about the Marathon store where our brother Nipsey was shot and killed. They're trying to pass it off as like a gang-related shooting. The witnesses said there was a gang member who did the shooting, but we're thinking, and a lot of other people in the community are thinking, that this was deeper than that. There might have been some outside involvement.
Yeah, so that's that post there. So you can see already speculation is building as to, that's the actual cause of death, actually, the actual reason why he was shot. Tariq Nasheed flew down onto the scene and he's actually doing a live now. He did a live talking about it and going into detail. So I suggest if anyone's interested to check that out. Check out Tariq Nasheed's take on this. He was a friend, or at least spoke to Nipsey Hussle on several occasions, because they're on the movement, innit? They're together. They do the thing. They might not see a light or whatever, but they're them pushing on. So this is the thing. And if we want to look at this, this is some footage from a young Nipsey Hussle. Now, people want to try and say man's age and that. Just listen to how man's talking all these years ago, and don't tell me nothing. Just listen to how man's talking. Yeah, that's what he says.
I say invest in some assets as opposed to trick off my money on some liabilities like diamonds, on cars that look like drive them off the lot.
So you're trying to get land.
Exactly. You know, a real asset. Take care of my people because it look good, but at the end of the day, you losing value. It ain't appreciating. It's depreciating.
What do you think? Why do you think it's so hard for people to get that message? You know, I mean, one half you get guys that say they got to impress the females. Female ain't trying to talk to you unless you blinged out. On the other hand, you got other people feel like they got to show up to the homies and impress them with their riches. I mean, what do you think is how do we get that out of that mindset?
I mean, I feel like that's insecurity. Material things ain't nothing. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's who you is. I say invest in some assets as opposed to trick off my money on some liabilities like diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Cars that lose value, drive them off the lot.
You're trying to get land.
Exactly. I'm a real ass and take care of my people. Because, you know, it look good, but at the end of the day, you lose your value. It ain't appreciating, it's depreciating.
What do you think? Why do you think it's so hard for people to get that message? You know, I mean, one half you get guys that say they got to impress the females. Female ain't trying to talk to you unless you blinged out. On the other hand, you got other people feel like they got to show up to the homies and impress them with their riches. I mean, what do you think is there? How do we get that out of that mindset?
Man, I feel like that's insecurity. Material things ain't nothing. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's who you is.
Yeah, so there you go again. That's how a man spoke. That's what he was on. That's how he wanted to reach the masses, and he was getting a massive following. People are definitely picking up on man's vibe. Yeah, and that's what people got to realize, is that it's your content, it's you are, your substance is what's going to make people gravitate towards you. If you're on building with your community, if you're on pushing forward and making life better for your youths, yeah, for the others' youths, yeah, that's what's going to happen. you are going to gravitate those people who are same, who think like-minded, onto you. Yeah, you'll see people who want to work with you, people who will come and do things for you pro bono. You get me? They'll do things for you free of charge. Yeah. So what we got to realize is this is real. Let's not fall for these trigger things where they try and tell you this and tell you that and take you off the thing. The fact is, this guy was on it from day one. He built his platform, and he was using his platform to better his community. Facts. Facts. So Vision One, big up. Thank you for joining. Vision One, I'll quickly let you know. The dude claiming he's shot him is some sort of clout chaser. He's a freaking moron. These people are embarrassing. And just try and jump on the things to try and show everyone that, or trying to get some followers, because they think now that you can get rich off this social media and all this stuff now. So a lot of people will jump on these things here, because I don't know anyone who's going to commit any murder and start doing the live straight afterwards. You're going away, but you're filming yourself to get bagged, unless you're like the sort of psycho terrorist that some of these elite white people produce, like the guy who went into the mosque in New Zealand and filmed that from the beginning. Yeah, that's the type of person that will put that on there, because their whole aim is for the world to see it. You get me? Their whole aim. But this guy, this guy phoning up, going live with on a rapper's platform, it's just bullshit, fam. It's bullshit. I don't know why these people are like that. Yeah, probably got paid a pretty packet. Families probably looked after, whatever. But that's the price they will pay, and bring down their computer. So rather hundreds of thousands being saved and made better, he will just save his small family of 10 people, and it at the cost of those other 100,000 who possibly would have benefited from someone like Nipsey Hussle being alive with us today, being here in his physical form, able to manipulate the energy that he wants and use what he wants. You get me? Yeah, mad thing. Yeah, divide and conquer. That's what they're on, trying to separate us. Even with this, they'll try and separate us. So what we got to realize is that we got to stand up. Yeah, you got to step out from behind your fucking keyboards, family. Yeah, step out from behind them keyboards and actually get up and do something. Now, I'm not saying go out and do everything, but at least get you and your children, if you can, out to certain events where it's talking about the better of black people. Go let your children find out about businesses and how to become their own boss. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what they hate. That's what they can't stand. Yeah, you as fathers need to stand up and start going out with your youths and showing them love and appreciation. Yeah, mums do that anyway. Mums have to do that from day dot. They have no choice. It's born. They carry the child for 9 months. If that's not love, I don't know what love is. Yeah, they carry him in their belly constantly the whole time for 9 months, and then when that baby comes out, they have to look after that baby still. That baby's still attached to them, to the front, still attached to the breast. Yeah, so man, them, you have to stand up. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, it can be annoying. Yeah, you can get some stress. That's a minor thing to your child's suffering, the brainwashing capabilities of the society we live in. Yeah, so stand up. All them guys that sit there behind the computer dissing or whatever in the comments and them sort of things. You man disagreeing. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Got man them will stand side by side and ride out. And that's what we need to be on. We need to be on riding out, doing something. But damn them, man. Damn them people there, man. Push them to the side, them people, family. You still there, Black Spice? Are you there? Oh, no, you're not there. Okay. Let me just play this last one. See what comes up. Okay. It says Nipsey Hussle. This is from Raspberry Rules on Insta. Go follow him as well. Another brother doing some real works. Yeah, not all from behind the keyboard. Nipsey Hussle was assassinated. He wasn't killed. 6 shots, 1 to the dome in a drive-by. Yeah, so that's saying that he was shot 5 times in the body, in the torso, and then 1 straight to the head. That is an assassination. That's not a gangland shooting. Gangland shooting, spraying the whole freaking building, taking out a couple of people who weren't even anything to do with anything. This man got 6 shots, all licked him, and then 1 straight to the head. Yeah? What gangbangers? Where is the footage? They have footage for the most minor thing. When I drive in a bus lane, they've got that footage of me and that driving, you know. When you're doing a traffic violation, they've got you. But when someone's getting murdered, all of a sudden, when black people get murdered, they can't find nothing. You don't see nothing, or he gets held. That should tell you, family. To his family, please don't allow the media to dictate how and what info is released. You decide. You'll control the narrative all the way. And there's another point that we can touch on, just so quickly just mention. Nipsey been in LA. His store been right there. He's been a Crip. This ain't gang related. On God it ain't. In other words, he's lived in LA all his life. He's been part of the Crips for a large majority of that piece of his life. Yeah. He's never had no issues. He's probably been shot at and been in comfort, but he's not even been shot in how many years because he's turned his life around. He's not even on that. He's still probably got obviously friends and relatives in these organizations, because that's what they were. Yeah, resistance in progress. That's what the Crips meant. Brotherly love over something. These groups were there as offshoots of the Black Panthers. They were there to protect their community, and they got twisted into a bitter feud between the two of them. Divide and conquer is what they're on. If we let them do it, they'll continue to do it. He had no reason to be shot out there. He's been going in and out of that shop for how long? And now a man gets murdered, gets assassinated outside there. Fam, what I'm saying is take them freaking goggles off and realize what's happening here and how you can be a part of that correction that is happening regardless. Nature won't let this continue. Yeah? Nature won't let this continue. The earth will cleanse itself regardless if you're on it or not. So you have to decide. You have to straight decide. You have to straight decide. But yeah, man, just wanted to just share that with the family. Big up Black Spice for just jumping on and that. R.I.P. Rest in power, Nipsey Hussle, and all other revolutionaries who have died and given their life to the struggle. I respect you. We appreciate you. And we love you. Your name will not leave our lips. We will keep on mentioning you, we'll keep you alive because of what you've done for us. You now have transitioned to the other side. And little do they know you can be more powerful from there anyway. You can become more powerful from there. So rest in power, Nipsey Hussle. Big up all the people that want to be guiding a new generation. Big up all the family. Love to uno. Yeah, and look out for the BooGz now. Be fun there, subscribe. Yeah, hit the notifications because I don't know what schedule I'm going to hit yet, so it could be random things. But please stay tuned to BooGz TTV, Tell Truth Vision. We're always going to get the truth. Always going to get that type of conversation, an active conversation. guiding a new generation. Gang, gang, gang.